Alrighty, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Serving Nerve, where we talk about whatever we want, and today we're going to be going through more fat acceptance cringe compilations. That's right. So yeah, let's just get into it and see where this goes.
From now on, as long as my titties are bigger than—
I'm shutting this down, this is body checking. It's body checking plain.
Okay, so it's the person going like, well, as long as my titties are bigger than my waist, then I'm good to go on the waist to hip ratio, bro. And now this person's saying, no, that's not right, it's body checking, it's illegal, it's sad, it's evil, whatever.
And simple, and we cannot keep doing this to ourselves. The proportions of your body have nothing to do with your weight. Proportion of your boobs to your stomach has nothing to do with your health or your weight. Ever since I was a kid, I've literally checked whenever I'm standing to make sure I can still see my toes, because I thought in my head, oh, well, if I can still see my toes, then I'm not fat. But
this person's actually not 100% wrong when it comes to waist to hip ratio not being the best metric for, your health. A lot of people do associate, and it is commonly noted, that having a lot of fat around the middle does actually have a higher risk for metabolic disease. But if you're super duper duper overweight and, you have a massive bust, but your waist might be smaller, you're still not healthy. You're not in a healthy physical form. I know this person's probably going to try and argue that, but yeah, there's a point where waist to hip ratio really doesn't matter. Waist to hip ratio just isn't the best way to dictate whether you're healthy or not. It should be a combination of muscle mass, BMI, waist to hip ratio, all kinds of stuff, and then blood tests and all. We all know how to measure health. I mean, I don't know if we do, but you know what I mean. It's just not the best single way of determining if you're healthy or not, or if you're overweight or not. But when it comes to body checking, it is not good to obsessively check your body and look at yourself in the mirror and think oh my god, am I fat? Did I gain a pound? Oh my god, my waist looks bigger today. You can have a lot going on. Body checking bloating, just variability with weight, water retention, exercise, fluid retention. Your body will look different day to day after eating a meal. You're going to look a little bit more poochy in the tummy. Body checking, day in, day out, not a healthy way to live. But also, I don't think people should be afraid to check their bodies and look in the mirror and see what they look like, because that's another weird mentality that people fall into. They either become obsessed with body checking and poking and prodding at themselves, or they become so fearful of body checking that every single time they look in a mirror, it's oh my god, I can't body check. Oh my god. It's just not healthy to obsess in either direction. Just do whatever, but don't obsess about your body. It's not good for you. And don't worry about not obsessing about your body, because that's also not good for you. It's just a body.
Newsflash, I am fat. You know what? That's not a bad thing. I like myself. So maybe instead of making all these tips and tricks to reassure ourselves that we're not fat, we teach ourselves to be more comfortable with diversity of weight. We teach ourselves to be comfortable with the idea of fatness. We eliminate the idea that fatness is inherently a bad thing.
I have to disagree with this. I'm sorry. There's a point where you don't want to be overweight to a point where it's going to negatively affect your health. But saying that, there's also a little bit of diversity when it comes to body weight. Some people carry their weight differently. Some people are, a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, bigger bones, different waist to hip ratios, whatever. It really doesn't matter as long as you are healthy and you continually endeavor to be healthy. Problem is, though, being obese or severely overweight or being severely underweight, it's not good for you. So, it's not healthy. Number one thing you should be focusing on is your health. I feel like we're falling away from that and everybody's just obsessed with the way they look.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't handle seeing this shit on my For You page, and there are thousands of young girls that shouldn't have to.
Question for you. If I could guarantee you that your health was going to be at its best, your heart health, your lung health, your cardiovascular system, your joints, your mobility, your stamina, your mental health, everything was going to be the best that it's ever been. But to get there, you have to gain 70 pounds.
Okay. Depends on where you're starting at, all right? Depends on where you're starting at. If you're 70 pounds underweight, then, most people would probably not be that underweight. There's a point where I think that might kill you. I'm just saying, weight gain is not a good dictator for if you are healthy or not, unless you need to gain weight to be healthy. It's usually on the basis of being medically advised, but who knows?
Did you have to think twice about that? Because if you did, that is internalized fat phobia, and we need to work on that.
No explanation. And also, this person doesn't really have any merits to make that claim. Your health will probably not improve exponentially gaining 70 pounds. That's just not a normal thing to do. And most people will not need to do that to be healthy. The best health you can have is if you're eating a healthy diet and exercising regularly, and then You might lose weight, you might gain weight doing that, but you should just be exercising and eating healthily. That's the reality of this.
You did. That is internalized fat phobia, and we need to work on that.
And also, when they use this thought experiment and then they say, if you think otherwise, it's internalized fat phobia. No, I'm questioning your logic, because the reality is gaining 70 pounds of body weight for most people would put them in an overweight to obese category. If I gained 70 pounds, I would be like fucking ruined physically. And I've been overweight, technically obese before, and I gotta say, you know, I haven't felt the worst. Haven't felt great though. I was doing a bunch of healthy things too, and I still didn't feel great. So, you know what? Reality is, this thought experiment is stupid. What I eat in a day as a fat girl who eats healthy and stays active, but still can't seem to ever lose weight. Cucumbers and hummus, homemade hummus. Bro, you're chickpea smashing right there. That is suboptimal hummus hood, alright? I'm a big hummus fan, not gonna lie, my people, but when I make it, it's a lot smoother than that. Spinach salad with lots of veggies, a beet veggie burger, and Italian dressing. Cream cheese, bell pepper with bagel seasoning, some juice. Sushi, Oreo thins, bro, you just got too many calories going in. And like, you know, eating healthy is kind of subjective. In my opinion, they're not eating badly at all. Like, yeah, they got some Oreos in the mix, but at the end of the day, they're eating pretty healthily. I just think, like, if you're eating, like, Oreo thins at night, you might just not be eating enough during the day. Like, maybe it's too low carb. A lot of the stuff that this person was eating before the sushi was super low carb. So maybe that's, like, a thing you might want to focus on, is just sticking to, like, a series of balanced meals, getting a few extra carbs in there that'll help satiate that sugary craving, eat more fruit or something. Like, it doesn't take a lot to make you just overeat throughout the day if you find that you aren't eating like satisfying things, or if you find that you're not eating enough of something. Other thing could be though that this person's just not losing weight fast. Like, at the end of the day, just focus on eating healthy and exercising and see where things go. Like, weight loss doesn't have to be fucking immediate. Like, it's supposed to be like just a lifestyle change that you can live with forever. As long as you are healthy and active and you're eating healthily and you're taking care of yourself and you feel good, don't worry about it. I don't know how big this person even is. Like, they're saying like they're fat and all that stuff, but they might just be like a little overweight. Who knows? I don't know.
Okay, do I need to do some housekeeping? Okay, so for those of you...
Let me just read off this comment. Coming from a skinny girl who gets told to eat more every single day and has her waist pinched by everybody, this is hurtful. It's just as damaging. Yeah, it sounds terrible. If people are pinching at your waist and telling you need to eat more and you're actually just like naturally like skinny or whatever, or naturally a skinny girl, and you're not like, you know, starving yourself or anything, then yeah, that's terrible. You shouldn't have to experience that, but you just experience it. It's life, dude.
Who don't know, these are my boundaries for the space that I've created online.
Okay, I'm already calling it out. You're online, it's its own space. I don't, there's no safe spaces online, all right? No safe spaces allowed. If you're on the internet, you're on the internet, bro. Like, if you can't take it, then don't dish it. If you don't like it, then don't be on the internet. Don't have a platform. Like, this is actually, I don't even care what the argument they want to make is. This is my argument. Bypassing anything they're going to say about like, oh, it's different, I'm fat, I have it harder than you, whatever. You do not have a safe space if you are just hanging out on TikTok talking your talk. You don't have a safe space if you're talking on YouTube talking your talk. You don't have a safe space if you're on the internet. Like, legit, grow a pair. I'm pointing this out. The internet is not supposed to be a safe space where we all coddle you. The internet is a place where you just get cold, hard facts and the most brash perspectives from society. Like, unless people are literally making calls to violence and threatening your life, you have to deal with it. You can't, like, create safe spaces on your platforms. Like, unless it's actually hateful, horrible, disgusting things people are saying, people have the right to comment and say things to you on the basis of what you upload and post.
If I don't say the words, "Hey, thin person, can I know about your experience in this scenario?" If I do not say those words, then I do not give two fucks about what your skinny ass has to say.
I love how this person's like, this is a safe space for me. I made this a safe space, but I'm going to belittle all skinny people, and you have no right to speak. You have no right to comment to me about your experience as an individual who might have a different life than me. And yeah, it's pretty screwed up. I actually think that these are the worst kinds of people who shut down conversation, because it's just a genuinely bad perspective to have when you can't even cope with like other people giving their own experience and judging you. Like, you have to deal with that if you're going to be on the internet. And like, it's so funny because this person's like, oh, I have a safe space. I built this safe space. It's my platform, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, but I'm going to belittle this person just on the basis of their body weight and their own personal experience that isn't akin to that of my own. It's just stupid.
Because my page is a fat space. It's a fat acceptance space. It's a body positive space.
It's not body positive. It's not body positive. I don't care what this person says. It's not body positive. It could be fat acceptance. Fat fascist, whatever. But it's not body positive. This person's literally being deliberately discriminant to an entire group of people by cutting them out of the conversation just because of their body weight not being akin to that of their own. Okay? It's just ridiculous.
Fat liberation space. It's a body politics. It's an anti-diet culture space. It's not a let the fat person talk and then every thin person needs to chime in and give me their unwanted situation about whatever I'm talking about. Because that's not how you be a good ally. And if you found that that comment on the video was offensive, then you need to educate yourself.
I think this person's actually upset by the comment that this skinny person left. I think they're actually upset about this. It's just funny. It's ridiculous. Like, at some point, you've got to understand. People are going to talk however they want to talk. It's online, dude. And also, this person in the comment isn't even saying anything mean to you. Like, get over it.
So stop projecting. And if you knew the knowledge that I know, then you wouldn't be commenting.
If you knew what I knew, then you would also discriminate against you for being skinny. Oh, is that Tess Holiday? Oh, it's Tess Holiday. The queen bee. The lovely, beautiful lady. Oh, yeah. I've not actually looked at Tess Holiday before. I'm very excited to get into this.
Hi. Effort, huh? I'm a goddamn supermodel. I know. Yeah. I also run multiple successful businesses. I know. It's not much effort, though. I also work out 5 days a week. I know. God, so many mental gymnastics to get from your leap over here. Now that's effort, yeah.
I have no idea what the context is for this. I'm just here to watch whatever this meltdown is.
I don't know. I don't really have much else to say because, you roasted.
Laughs in fat checks.
That was my first experience with Tess Holiday, and I gotta say, I don't know, man. That's pretty cringe. What I eat in a day as a fat person, eating whatever I want because that's how I choose to live my life. I like the smiley face. Oh my god, more smiley faces. Look, it's like pair of eyes. I'm fucking stupid. Sorry, I can't help myself. This is the nose, the eyes, the mouth. It's fucking psychotic, bro. What do you guys think of granola? I think it's incredibly overpriced and I refuse to pay for it. To have both foot and ball in my mouth at the same time through cupcake prowess? That's outstanding. Holy fucking titties, those are some tater tots, bro. I don't know how I feel about tater tots. I know people love them. Personally, I've only eaten them maybe like a few times in my life. And I have to say, like, a good french fry smacks the booty cheeks way more than a tater tot does, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie, I'm questioning this person's food choices, but I don't really give a fuck that they're fat or not. They gave a smiley face at the beginning of their intro, so I guess I'm biased towards smiley faces now. When a therapist offers weight management services, there's nothing really wrong with that. Like, some forms of therapy might, need some people who go to therapy to lose some weight. They might be emotional eaters. As soon as they, start getting over that, they can help themselves a little bit more in that regard of managing their emotional states. Weight loss and eating healthily and exercising can help manage like things like anxiety and depression a little better, especially if you get control of your dietary intake, stop doing crazy stuff with food, might help. So I don't think there's anything wrong with like weight management. And some people also who go into therapy need to gain weight. They need to be put on meal plans. They have like EDs and stuff like that. So again, I think weight management, that's pretty vast. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Ooh, bricks. I'm throwing bricks.
TWED. I managed to lose 10 kilograms because I watch plus size videos to feel inspired to not be plus size. So thank you so much for reminding me to be on diets. I mean, personally, I don't know how I feel about this, because when I see these people, I'm like, damn, I'd never be able to get to that point, because when I see the what I eat in a days of people, I'm like, I didn't even know that this was a food. Like, when I see some people eating, like, Hostess Wing Wangs and, Fussy Pops and, like, 1,000 different cereals, or just eating a bunch of crap, I think about how healthy my diet is, actually, because I don't even process the idea of eating those things. Like, I don't even think of those things as food. But I think more, like, mentally, like, on a mental basis, I do enjoy watching, like, the fat acceptance TikToks and cringe compilations, because it just helps me think about my own personal perspective on things like victimhood, a lot of perspectives a lot of people have, common misconceptions people have towards one another. It's a very common, like, social justice issue at the moment. So it's very interesting to see people's perspectives on it, and then to hear your guys' comments about it. So that's why I like doing them. But I don't really find that I lose weight or have found that weight loss is effective when watching people online. If you need to lose 10 kilograms or you manage to lose 10 kilograms by watching these people, then good for you, I guess. I don't know, man. It's a little bit weird, though. I don't really know if that's a good thing. In all seriousness, this behavior is borderline ED, seek help. It might be depending on the individual, but the judgment might not be able to be made in that regard, because I also have seen people who watch this kind of stuff, or they see this kind of content, and they come from a weight loss journey or something, and they're already going to lose weight, and this is just another motivator to not fall back into their habits. So it just depends. I wouldn't recommend leaning on this kind of content for weight loss, watching this as like thinspiration or anything like that. Just again, as I iterate, my people, endeavor to be healthy and take care of yourselves and all that good stuff. But yeah, that is the video. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you agree or do you disagree, or how do you feel about this video dealio bop? And yeah, that was it. I hope you all enjoyed, my people, and I will see you all next time. It has been lovely. Slater.